You may not really think about a jump starter until suddenly your car just refuses to start, and that's when having a solid, reliable jump starter suddenly feels like a total lifesaver. So it's been quite a while since we shifted our main jump starter to the overland rig and started using these two Gooloo GT6000 and the Jomgand JQ3500 on our daily driver. And after experiencing these two models for quite a while, we decided to share our practical experiences with these reliable jump starters and help you decide which car jump starter you should carry. Subscribe if you like interesting and useful car gadget finds like this, and let's begin. So, out of the box, both jump starters came in pretty simple packaging. Here, the Gooloo GT6000 had everything packed in pretty tight. The main unit, a small carrying bag, clamps, and a few cables, including USB-A to C, USB-C to C, and a DC adapter. Yeah, everything looked practical, though the materials didn't feel particularly premium. We didn't get the 100-watt quick-speed charger in the base pack, but Gooloo offers a few combo options that add some good value. Okay, now, the Jomgand JQ3500 unboxing felt a bit simpler but cleaner. Here, the unit itself felt sturdy right out of the box, and we found it slimmer too. Here, we got the jump starter, clamps, a Type-C cable, and the cigarette lighter adapter. Honestly, both kits were complete enough, but we found out Gooloo's pack was more accessory-heavy, while Jomgand's was kinda neat. Alright, so, talking about the design and build, the Gooloo and Jomgand are both actually pretty compact for the kind of power they deliver. Here, the Gooloo is kinda heavy, but this one is rugged and the clamps feel tight enough. But we found the JQ3500 is kinda slimmer and tough in our hands, a confident kind of build that doesn't feel cheap at all. Now, unlike some other jump starters we've used before, these two don't have a built-in tire inflator. But honestly, that also means both are a lot more compact and easier to carry around, which is a fair trade-off. Both the JQ3500 and the GT6000 come with LED displays, and honestly, that's so useful. The JQ3500 sports a nice big 5-inch display that's easy to read, while the GT6000 has this slightly smaller 3.22-inch Smart View display that's packed with info. Both of them show everything we really need: battery level, output, temperature, and even the jump start status, and yeah, it makes the whole process kinda easier. Okay, so talking about performance, we had quite a good time testing these two. Starting with raw power, the GT6000 is a beast on paper. It says it can handle engines up to 12-liter diesel or gasoline, which is crazy. The JQ3500 is slightly smaller at 10 liters of gasoline and 8.5 liters of diesel. But honestly, we found out that for most cars we tested, both were more than enough. Basically, if you're driving a daily ride, a muscle car, or even an off-road rig, either of these will get you out of sticky battery situations. We do kind of prefer the GT6000 if you have a massive pickup or big diesel, just for that little extra headroom. Now, about how many jumps we actually got. The GT6000 claims 70 jumps per full charge, but honestly, in our hands-on test, we got about 10 to 15 for our regular cars and around 8 to 10 for our diesel rigs. We were a bit surprised by the difference from the claim, but hey, it still did the job perfectly. Okay, here the JQ3500 doesn't hype the numbers too much, but we got a solid number of jumps too. It just felt consistent and reliable. So yeah, we don't really mind that the GT6000's numbers are higher on paper, because in real life, both performed well for what most people actually need. One thing we really liked, and we were a bit impressed by, was the cold start preheating feature on the GT6000. Basically, it warms itself up before delivering power, so on freezing mornings, you don't have to curse at the car battery. The JQ3500 doesn't have this, so in really cold situations, you have to wait a little longer. But honestly, most of the time, both handled our testing without leaving us stranded, so nothing major there. Battery-wise, the GT6000 has a 27,000 mAh cell, which gave us roughly 6 to 7 full iPhone charges. The JQ3500 is slightly lower at 24,000, but we actually didn't feel a huge difference in day-to-day use. We found the 100-watt USB-C on the JQ3500 really handy for laptops, faster than fiddling with the slower ports on the GT6000. But honestly, both slowed down a bit if you plugged multiple devices in at the same time, so that's something to keep in mind. Now, displays. We actually liked both here, but the JQ3500's bigger display makes life kinda easier when we're outside at night or in bright sunlight. Okay, controls are another thing. The JQ3500 requires pressing the power button and flashlight button together to start the jump, which at first made us go, okay, that's different. But after a couple of tries, it became actually useful. Here, the GT6000 is more straightforward. Just switch it on and go, which is nice when you're in a hurry. Now, safety-wise, both are excellent. The GT6000's 10-layer system and the JQ3500's 10 safety protections, including spark-proof and reverse polarity tech, gave us real peace of mind, which we actually appreciate. Okay, the flashlight situation is decent too. Both have 400 lumen lights, which are actually bright enough for roadside emergencies or night jump starts. Not something you'll use for camping light shows, but definitely useful when you need it. Alright, so which jump starter should you actually keep in your car? Well, honestly, it really comes down to what kind of car you drive and what you care about most. But we must say, both actually handled the job well, but they each have their own vibe. The GT6000 feels a bit more techy and premium, with that smart display, the cold start preheating, and just a touch more power. We actually found that pretty handy. And the JQ3500 is slimmer, simpler, and kind of reliable. It sticks to what it's good at, and having it double as a power bank is a neat bonus. Yeah, we found some small things that aren't quite up to the mark. For the GT6000, the frosted display can be a bit tricky in certain light, and the ports feel slightly cramped if you're plugging in multiple devices. And for the JQ3500, the jump start combo button takes a little getting used to, and yeah, no cold start preheating. So basically, if you're all about extra tech, a bit more power, and those fancy features, the GT6000 is definitely the one to go for. But if you just want something simple, reliable, and easy to carry around, we'd actually suggest going with the JQ3500. Okay, so what's your take on this? If you're already using one of them, tell us how it's been working out. That's all for now. Until next time.